What's up, people? We're gonna get started here in a second. I want to make sure everything is running smoothly, and we are good to go. All right, so tonight we're gonna be covering 20 ultimate membership site power hacks. These are basically things you can do to, decrease churn, keep members interested, build content, stuff like that. So that's what we'll be covering tonight. And I also wanted to test my iPad to see how well we can see this and do this like a whiteboard kind of setting using my iPad Pro and OneNote. So let's get started, shall we? Move that over there. Cool. All right, so I think we're good to go. 20 ultimate membership site power hacks. Now I'm going to be writing on my iPad, and you may not be able to read my writing there, but you can always go back and go over it again. So let's get into the 20 tips. So the first tip. So what you want to do when you're bringing somebody into your membership for the first time, they don't know you, you might want to, let me write this down. Tip number 1, always offer a free trial. Right? This gives them the opportunity to get inside of your membership site, check it out. Now you don't have to have your premium content up front right away, so somebody can just grab that and not continue with the membership. But you want to have great content up front to have them stick and stay in your membership area. And so you don't want to necessarily offer the worst content, but you don't have to give away the farm either. Now you want to, for tip number 2, this is also a good one. You want to give your people, basically you're trying to build a tribe. So for your tip number 2, you want to create a collective pronoun for your members, or we'll just say for your tribe. Right? You want to give them a name. You want to call them something. You want to make sure they are able to identify with the other people that are in the membership area and the other people that are into what you're doing. So, for example, I'm creating a membership site called Membership Mechanics. So, one of those pronouns might be the mechanics, or something silly like that. Doesn't have to be super serious. Just gives them something to grab a hold to. Now, tip number 3, you also want to, let me write this down here for you guys. Tip number 3, you want to talk about memberships elsewhere in your site, right? So you want to make sure not only the people inside your membership sees, but everybody else sees what's happening in your membership site. So talk about right. So go ahead and where people aren't members, or maybe have a blog post, you want to mention your membership there as well, so other people can get excited, and other people can take that free trial we talked about in tip number 1 and get started in your membership area. Now tip number 4, I'm going to erase this. I'm getting better at this as we go along, so we don't have to redo all of it. So tip number 4, you want to make sure that a lot of people do. I built hundreds and hundreds of membership sites over the past 6 years, and what a lot of people do, they'll build one membership site, behind their own persona, right? So they'll put all their products inside of one big brand. Now that's cool, but I believe that each membership site should have its own brand, right? It should be separate, and we'll talk about why a little bit later. It may not be today. We might not go over all 20 today. We may just go over 5 for now, and then I'll hit 5 more tomorrow on a separate video. But you want to have a different brand, because what happens if you grow that membership site to 10,000 members and they're paying you $17, $27, $97 a month, and you're no longer really interested in the project, but the membership site is going out. You have your funnel set up and it's going on pretty good. If you sell that, you'll be able to sell that site by itself, with not you really being the face of the site. If the membership has its own branding, you really don't have to worry about you being that brand. It's its own brand, and you'll be able to sell that later on. So have a strong brand is tip number 4, right? Cool. So tip number 5, you want to make sure that you're not just, oh, see, look, I erased that. I could have kept that there. Actually, let me use this marker here. Is that a little better? You guys can see that a little better. Tip number 5, right? You want to have something, you want to have, create a movement that is driven by philosophy. And what I mean by that is you don't want your membership site just to be another product filled membership site. Like a good example of this would be my good buddy Kevin Madison. He has one of the most powerful philosophies on life, and it would be perfect for him to create a membership site and put all of his content behind a membership site. But if he were to create a membership site behind his philosophy, now you have something really for people to buy into, along with giving them their own their own pronoun, their own identity, and with his philosophy is love and light. And so giving people a reason to believe in what you're doing, believe in the messaging behind the site, that will keep them there even longer. It will provide them with a place where they can feel like they belong again. So this kind of taps back into tip number 2 with creating a pronoun. But you want to make sure that you give your site also a build substance in your site. That's what I'm saying there. So we'll go ahead and cap it off there. Really I wanted to test to see if this iPad thing would work, and it's working fine, and see if I can share my live stream across a couple groups, which I was more than able to do. It worked out fine. We're also streaming on YouTube at the same time, so we're gonna see how that video turns out. So for now, guys, I am out of here. Let me go ahead and give you a little something to get out of here too. Thanks again for joining this live stream. The membership mechanics site will be up soon, so look for that. And for now, this has been actually 5 ultimate membership site power hacks. We'll get to the other 5 or 15 coming up soon. So there it is.